What are we doing? We gotta kick in here. Oh, great. 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 Here we go. Whew. Guess I'm just gonna cut into it here. It's 101. Good morning. Good morning. This is Bridge Sky. You're listening to the Rise Up Hour. And yeah, I'm usually not the host. I'm filling in today for Mahana. I'm usually behind the scenes, pushing the buttons, checking the mics, making sure the software works. So this is a little weird for me. Bear with me. But I'm excited and I want to do this right. So let's start with the disclaimer. WFNU LP is a volunteer-run station made up of many different community voices. Each program expresses one aspect of this diversity and not the view of WFNU or Frogtown tuned in as a whole. Okay, welcome. So I've been with Bahada a few months now. I don't keep track of time, but I know he likes to start with announcements. And there's a lot going on, so let's start with that. What is recovery? Get connected. Minnesota Recovery Connection is right here in St. Paul, 800 Transfer Road. There's a great website, minnesotarecovery.org, or you can just call 612-584-4158. So if you have those questions, if you're needing support, if you want to just, see what's out there, meet more people in recovery, or find out what this recovery thing is, Minnesota Recovery Connection offers telephone recovery support, all recovery meetings, and one-on-one peer support. Navigators, and I, Bridge Sky, happen to be one of those navigators. So I want to talk about Recovery Corps. That's actually who I am employed from with Minnesota Recovery Connection. They have an announcement. So if you want to do something similar to what I do at Minnesota Recovery Connection, they posted this statement. We need recovery navigators in our community now. You could help us support more people as they work towards building a healthy life in recovery. Recovery Corps provides the training, ongoing support, a paycheck, plus additional perks. Be part of creating more success stories. And so to learn more about that and apply, you go to Minnesota Recovery Corps. .org, and I did post that. So if you go to we have a Facebook group, Rise Up Hour, and a YouTube channel, Rise Up Hour. And actually, if you're checking out the YouTube right now, we do a live behind the scenes, which is awful right now looking at myself. Anyway, but Recovery Corps is amazing. I actually, they do student loan grants, and they pay for my childcare, which is amazing because I have two little ones that need full-time childcare, and they cover it. And it allows me this wonderful opportunity to do something that I love and passionate about and can actually financially do. So anyway, it is June, which is, I'm so excited to talk about this, is Pride Month. So there's this great Twin Cities Pride website you can go to that has so much going on, all the events. So go to tcpride.org Twin Cities Pride's mission is to empower every LGBTQ person to live as their true self. They envision a future where all LGBTQ plus people are valued and celebrated for who they are. Pride Month is an opportunity to peacefully protest and raise political awareness of current issues facing the community. This long standing tradition continues to raise awareness, improve the attitudes of society, and encourage inclusiveness. So, hashtag Pride 2022. And I, Bridge Sky, personally identify as pansexual. So if you want to know what that is, for me, it just means I'm not limited, with emotional or romantic or sexual attraction. I like to say that I'm just gender blind and I like to look at a person's soul. Anyway, enough about me. And last announcement, Thrive. Thrive is a fantastic family recovery resource for those loved ones of people, that suffer from substance use or co-occurring disorders. They're the resources, the support, education, advocacy, and healing connections with compassion, understanding, and love. And they are fantastic. And they really do. They're that support for the family and friends that are trying to understand and support people like myself in recovery. Okay, so I did post, I found a little focus that I thought would be interesting to just discuss. I think a lot of people ask me actually on a day-to-day basis, well, what is recovery? Like, what are you recovering from? I don't understand. And there's so many things to be in recovery from. And for me, recovery just looks like this continuing day-to-day thing where I'm healing, I'm growing, I'm learning, I'm wanting to up my level of life. And my addiction now is knowledge. But there's this great website, and I also did post that again on our YouTube channel or Facebook. So if you're able to, go ahead and click on that. But we are going to discuss the 10 components of recovery. And one key element is that recovery is non-linear. Taking one's lived experience and authentic awareness will begin true recognition for positive change. How, which is a wonderful acronym, HOW, comes after the what. What happened? Nobody wants to be addicted to anything, and nobody finds themselves, choosing this disease, but it's what happened. The story that I still explore myself, but hearing the stories of so many others and finding out the what. When I got to that point, how, which is honesty, open-mindedness, and willingness, was even possible. So Joy, today, thank you for listening. This is Frogtown Community Radio, 94.1, the Rise Up Hour. Bridge Sky flying solo here. I do have the best intentions. Thank you, Bahada, for gifting me with this. You must think I'm pretty special, or at least able to do this alone. So I'm sweating. I'm literally sweating. But I'm going to go ahead and get into some music because I feel like that'll allow me to breathe here. Take a breath. And I made sure the music, of course, is like my therapy. And I picked songs specifically that matter to me and have a reference to my life. And this one is The Weeknd, Prisoner. And I'm going to let you listen to it. And we will talk about why I picked that song. And it kind of speaks for itself, but there's key, beautiful lyrics in there. So, okay, here we go. I hope it's not too loud. I'm going to try this out. Hello. Ooh, look at this. Look at this. Somebody made this. How cool is this? You handy dandy crafter people. I want him. He's heavy too. Good paperweight or decor for the studio. Oh my gosh, this is so weird. But I already miss you. I'm not going to share what you're doing, but I gotta tell people that it's a good reason why you're gone. That what's how amazing that your opportunity is. You couldn't be, you had to be away. Okay, I'm done with the announcements. Ooh. Probably should do another disclaimer. Allow people to interact. Okay. So anybody watching live, if you're able to, feel free to comment because I'm staring at you as you're staring at me. I would love to feel like somebody's interacting with me. Woo! We were in the red there for a minute. Why does it sound so bad? Maybe we're gonna play Ox 1. Okay, we're back. Oh my gosh, that song is so powerful. I got the goosebumps. So that was Brandy Carlisle, the story. And well, first I'll tell you, The Weeknd. I mean, he's an artist. He is just honest and blunt and real with his music. So a lot of his songs, especially from Trilogy, was when I first found him. Is a little dark for some people, but for me, I really connected, and I love that he expresses that so creatively and beautifully. And Prisoner, definitely I was a prisoner, and in my addictions, and it definitely I was a prisoner within my own mind, and I was so locked off and shut out from the world. And I didn't even realize, for me, cheesy as it sounds, the key was connecting with people. And I found that in the recovery community. And the Brandy Carlisle song, I mean, pretty much every line in that song is beautiful. But one of the things she says is like that smile, it's hiding the words that don't come out. And for me, I didn't even know how to share what was really going on. The childhood that I had, we were told that weakness, it's weak to be emotional. And if I ever talked about what was really going on in my house, I felt scared and sad and confused. And so I never talked to anyone. And it's so important to share your story. And I do that a lot now. And it's still a little uncomfortable, but I'm getting better at it. But every time I get to let some of that weight that I carried along, I get to let that go. And not only that, I get to share that strength and that hope that I found. And maybe it reaches one person and they can say, man, that happened to me too, or I felt that way too. And for me, hearing other people share their stories, I realized I wasn't alone. And it's okay to talk about the dark things. That's the only way to find the light. And a lot of people say I'm a delightful person these days. Okay, I'm getting a little much here. But I also, in her song, it just says, the stories don't mean anything when you got no one to tell them to. And I've been listening to Brene Brown. She has a book, Gifts of Imperfection or something like that. And she talks about, to share your shame story, but be mindful of who you share it to. So if you like podcasts tonight, I have a wonderful guest, Barry, coming on. Shout out, Barry. And he's very wise. And we're going to talk about a lot of things. Harm reduction is one, but definitely who's those safe people to think about sharing some of that shame story too, because shame, I know Mahada talks about this a lot, but it's important to understand the difference between shame and guilt. Guilt it's a human emotion. It's healthy to feel guilt. And, I half joke that, if you didn't feel guilt for bad things that you did that you knew wasn't right or felt wrong, you might be a sociopath, okay? But it's good to feel guilt, and and process that and heal from that. But shame it can be very, very devastating. And, that led me to a lot of severe depression. And so guilt is, I made a mistake, but shame is, I am a mistake. And so, okay, I'm going to flip the script here. Let's get back to what if you caught the posts out there, what we're focusing on today is the 10 fundamental components of recovery. And I did post the link to where it's NAMI, of course, where I found this wonderful, all these things listed that I thought each of them are 100% on point. So self-direction, okay? Self-direction's one of them. Individuals determine their own path of recovery with autonomy, independence, and control of their resources. And for me, I went through court systems, okay? I went through a bunch of systems. I didn't get control of nothing. And I really struggled with that. I originally was very rebellious, and it was a fault. It was a fault that I had. And when I realized I found the right people and I could make those choices and I wanted to make that choice, I became more resilient. It's a good thing now, as long as I keep it in the positive, lightful direction. Another component is individualized and person-centered. There are multiple pathways to recovery based on an individual's unique strengths, as well as his or her needs, preferences, experiences, and cultural background. Empowerment, ooh, that's another one. Consumers have the authority to participate in all decisions that will affect their lives, and they are educated and supported in this process. So that's what I love about Minnesota Recovery Connection MRC is that's my role. When I work with my participants one-on-one, I like that word participant. They get to participate. And I like to say right away, this is all your choice. Anything we do here, whatever capacity that's at, I'm meeting you where you're at, and I'm on this thing with you, this ride with you, this journey. So there's holistic is another fundamental component. Recovery encompasses an individual's whole life, including mind, body, spirit, and community. Recovery embraces all aspects of life, including housing, social networks, employment, education, mental health, and healthcare treatment, and family supports. Oh my gosh, yeah, we have all those things. I didn't even realize how much was out there. Oh gosh, I'm so sorry. Listeners, please interact. I feel a little in solitude over here. So we have a new number. Unfortunately, Bahada is the only one right now that has access to that number. So I'm going to give you the studio call-in number if you like making phone calls and talking on the phone. The studio line here is 651-313-5125. Or oh, shoot. Nope. You can't text either. That's Mahana's number. Okay. But if you do hit the YouTube, I am live right now and I can see comments. So feel free to post questions or give me your insights on this topic. This is really juicy stuff. I could go into it, but I'm being mindful of time. So it's 1:23 p.m. here, Sunday. Bridge Sky. You are listening to the Rise Up Hour on WFNU, Frogtown Community Radio. 94.1, and I'm going to go into another song. These songs make me happy. They calm my nerves, and well, obviously you're listening to a radio show, so you must love music too. So let's just get back into the music. I'm a little worried now. I only picked 4 songs, so I might, while I play this song, send in me your song requests, please. I would love to hear what you want to hear, and we can go from there. Okay, so this one is Chris Brown, Don't Judge Me. Ooh, I love this one. We'll talk about why I connected with it when we get back with the song. So I'm just really hoping that I'm hitting the right buttons. Usually Bahada's here and he's getting all the messages, the text. We know right away if something's not sounding correct. But okay, here we go, listeners. Thank you for being patient. Oh, I swear. I never sweat. Okay. See, I'm not witty live. Like, I am a person that needs notes. Okay? Notes, resources, little handwritten notes as I'm listening to songs and reminding myself because my mind is mush. But yeah, check out, get connected, subscribe, like, interact. Oh, I love this song. Don't judge me. Shoot, I could not find another song because that'll mess up. Oh, okay. Might just have to pick something that I've been listening to lately. Woo! It's in another fight. Can we change the subject? Don't live in the past, or the past won't let you live. Ooh, that's my favorite. talking crazy. Please don't judge me, and I won't judge you. Don't judge me, I won't. Unshiz. Whew, weird things. It's really creepy being in here by myself. It's not. It's not. Oh man, the song's over already. I don't want to go there. Ooh, I say let's go there. Ooh, that's such a beautiful song. And one of the things that the lyrics in that touched me was, take me as who I am and not who I was. Ooh, and I was the worst person to I was my own worst critic. Still am, actually. I had my inner mean girl. She's not friendly to me. So a lot of times, but I really try to focus on thinking about what I'm thinking, not taking those first thoughts as truth, and really trying to bring it back to my new truth that I live in and I strive to live in. And, but yeah, I know that love is hard and I am a Leo. Okay. So if you're into astrology, I realized, these last 2 years especially, I've really researched myself, okay? And I found patterns and cycles that I'm very aware of. Thank you, Facebook. Those memories pop up. And I was able to do this timeline. I'm also working with a mentor, and he's taking me through grief recovery. It's a great handbook. And I had to do a timeline because grief can be all kinds of things: losing a pet, your parents' divorce, going through a divorce. It's not just losing, the death of someone. It's all kinds of things when you feel grief. And the timeline was amazing. So anyway, I noticed I get a little unhinged right in the summertime. I know my fellow Leos that I know also are like that, and now it's a good thing. However, if I don't hone in on that energy, it can be too much. And if it doesn't go in a good direction, which tended to happen before because I wasn't clear-minded or clear body, clear head, that's what recovery means to me, is that I choose to keep my mind, body, and spirit clear. um, yeah, it can create a lot of things that I don't say I regret. I don't live in the regrets anymore. That lived experience really brought me to a place where, I remember acceptance and awareness of myself. And where it sits today is, one of my favorite quotes I heard actually on a radio station was, "Don't live in the past, or the past won't let you live." And I remember first hearing that, and I was confused. I don't get it. What? Don't live in the past? The past won't let you live? What? And so it took me a little while to process that, and that was me. And I'm all about trying to keep things simple these days. And someone on a TED Talk recently shared, like, if you really want to keep it simple, and this just spoke to me, I don't know if it speaks to you, but the past is like depression, and the future is anxiety. It can create those things, especially if you do too much, consistently. And that was, whoa, that hit me hard because that was the truth. All the severe depression and stuff that I had definitely came from my past, and all the things that I really had extreme anxiety. I mean, my hands would shake. I still do that once in a while when there's large groups or whatever, but it was so bad I would have panic attacks and faint and silliness. And um, it's not silliness. I just didn't know how to process, and I learned skills that I use today that work. And but the anxiety was all these things that I would worry would happen, or stress. And as a mother, of course, that's just going to happen. But I realized the most important thing is to be right here in this present moment. And see, that just brings a smile to my face. I'm so happy to be here with you guys, who is listening and following me. It is only 1:32. Oh, goodness. Okay, so let's get back into what I was talking about. So these 10 beautiful fundamental components of recovery. So we've talked about real briefly, like I said, go to that website. It's a really in-depth look. Self-direction is one, individualized and person-centered, empowerment, holistic. Ooh, yes, we did talk about the holistic. Oh, I just think of natural. Like, I love nature. I love trying to do things for my mind, body, and spirit that, are just already here. I don't need chemicals or substances or anything man-made. I don't put that stuff in my body if I can help it. So yeah, when someone's like, "Ooh, I bought this new supplement and it gives me all these vitamins," I immediately Google, okay, what foods can I eat to get all these vitamins naturally? And if I don't have to eat too much, I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna try this thing without the vitamins. And then I will do vitamins though. The doctor's like, yeah, you're a little low. Anyway, okay, so nonlinear. I love that word, right? I mean, my tattoo, if you ever get a chance to look at it on my arm, really spoke to me. It says, not all of those who wander are lost. Woo, that's me. I love to wander. That's how I learn and find things and adventures. And I'm not, I might be lost, but when I choose to kind of venture out, I'm just open to the openness and willingness to find new things, and change does not scare me. I mean, well, sometimes it does, but mostly I love change. I welcome change. I encourage it. And I've had so many changes in my life that it really allowed me to build this resilience and strength. And people think, just like an example would be, from the age of 17, when I moved out on my own, to the age of 32, which was the end of my divorce, I moved over 35 times. Yikes. I looked, see, these are those things that I laid out my patterns and my cycles and my history, and I was like, what the? That was flight right there. Fight or flight? Oh, yeah, I was all about the flight. And a lot of people don't know, too, there's the disassociation, and that's something that I'm working on right now. It's still significant. I have 2 years, over 2 years, actually it'll be 3 coming up, wintertime. But even where it sits today, I feel like I have a lot of things to work on. And the disassociation piece is something my brain has been wired to do to protect myself, but it's not necessary. And so I'm trying to break free of that. Anyway, let's continue. So these other wonderful fundamental components of recovery, strength-based, okay? Recovery focuses on valuing and building on the multiple capacities, resiliencies, talents, coping abilities, and inherent worth of individuals. The process of recovery moves forward through interactions with others in supportive, trust-based relationships. Ooh, and I encourage you, find just that one person. I mean, if you have multiple, that's fantastic. But for me, at my lowest of lows and darkest of moments, there was that one person, Marcy, shout out, just unconditionally loved and supported me and was there for me and just never made me feel shame ever. And because of her, she was one key. I mean, there's many key people, but I just remember, 7 plus years ago, she was that consistent person that I felt this pull of energy of trust and love towards. And yeah, she was a big part of it. But so if you could find that one person, don't give up. I had many people, and some meant well and were trying, but I came into this world with a lot of challenges right off the bat. I was adopted, foster care, different homes and different names, and I didn't trust anybody. I never understood what real trust was. And I think when the light bulb moment came on, and like again, that awareness piece within myself, I didn't even realize I didn't even trust myself. So yeah, this is all weird stuff I know we're talking about, but give me a call, Minnesota Recovery Connection, sometime Monday through Friday, 9 to 6, 612-584 or 4158. Well, not just me. There's plenty of other really fantastic. All of us that work there are in recovery ourselves. So it's such a safe place. And I really feel like 90% sure you'll find one person that you can trust. Anyway, okay, let's keep moving. Peer support. Mutual support plays an invaluable role in recovery. Participants encourage and engage others in recovery and provide each other with a sense of belonging. Oh, yeah, my recovery peoples are my family. They really are. I definitely have this wonderful circle of people that, like, if my car breaks down or I'm having a bad day or anything, I can call upon and they're there for me. And vice versa, it's so wonderful when things happen and there's no hesitation. Just show up. We show up for each other. Just yesterday, my friend was like, "Hey, my friend's going camping. Do you have a tent?" I'm like, "Yeah, I have a tent." Oh, and I have a fan and a lantern, and like within an hour, this person I've never met before, but I knew her friend. Shout out Sarah. Just like, yeah, no questions. That's just what we do for each other. And anyway, okay, moving on. Respect. Eliminating discrimination and stigma are crucial in achieving recovery. Self acceptance and regaining belief in oneself are particularly vital. Ooh, there's a lot in that. That is 100% true. I'm not even going to go into that because that'll get me going. Okay, I'm going to go into another song, but there is two more of these 10 fundamental components of recovery. This is Bridge Sky. I'm going to go ahead and do that disclaimer again just to make sure I'm staying professional. WFNU LP is a volunteer-run station made up of many different community voices. Each program expresses one aspect of this diversity and not the view of WFNU or Frogtown tuned in as a whole. Ooh, I need beverages. I'm talking way too much. I need my energy drink or some water or some smoothies or something. I don't talk this much in a long, consistent thing like this. Okay, so this is the music. Next song, I'm excited. I'm going to go ahead and push that button. Oh, nope, I'm not going to push that button. Make sure it's ready. And then I think I found a great impromptu song that might slip in at the end here. It's a current song that I've been just play. It's that summer thing. I'm telling you, my lioness is coming out, and I feel it. I'm starting to feel that spark, that fire about to come out summer. That's why I think I'm going to go away. Month of August, I'm just going to take some time away from everything and everybody because I could be too much. And I know this about myself. I'll just go meditate in a cabin up north. Anyway, okay, this is a great song. Old school, okay? Old school days. Like I said, if you're watching the live, that was my first tattoo right there, Green Day Pinhead. I was a punk. I went to all the shows, emo punk, Daft Punk, no, I'm just kidding, punk rock, whatever you want to call it, but I just went to all the shows, and this was one of my favorite bands. I don't think a lot of people, listeners, if anybody knows this band, Millencolin, hit me up, because I think we're going to connect very well, but it's called No Cigar. So now ready to push the button. Here we go. I'm going to slide it in. Okay, fantastic. Look, I'm going to show you guys some of the awesome things in the studio. This thing's heavy. It's so cool. I wonder if it's part of a trio. You know, the don't speak, don't hear, and don't speak. Oh, I don't see. Don't see, don't speak, don't hear, don't listen, whatever. Anyway, look at this guy. This big, I bet he brings me luck. Chubby toad on a pad. Okay. This is what happens when I'm by myself. This little guy. It's like a little bath friend. I love frogs. Frogs, toads. It's wonderful. What else can I show you? Oh, I'm feeling better. We're getting to the end here. We're getting to the end. Here, listen to the lyrics. So I can tell you exactly what sticks out to me. I don't wanna hear. No, I don't wanna hear. This is awful. Looking at myself. Oof. Okay, we're back. Yikes, that was a short song. I didn't realize how short that was. Okay, the time now is 1:43. You're with me, Bridge Sky, the Rise Up Hour. Usually Mahana, Cactus is here. Oh, Mahana, shout out. So he got into this awesome project he's working on. I know he's down in Duluth. It's like this cool production thing. And I'm really excited for what he creates. Mahana is just this amazing, creative, open, positive person. And some of my besties have met him. And I talk about just how wonderful and loving and accepting he is and full energy. And when they meet him, they're like, yep, you're right. He is. He's just so open and accepting and welcoming. And he just makes you immediately feel like you've known him forever. Like he's your best friend. I would never judge you. And I feel like he's one of those people I can just tell anything to. We did that. Go for State, me, Mahana, Sarah. Literally, we're up till 3, 4 in the morning, just talking openly and sharing some stuffs. And it was really fun and great. But yeah, Mahana, I hope you're having fun. I can't wait for you to come back and talk about it. Okay. Anyway, let's get back to what we've been talking about. This is Bridge Sky filling in on the Rise Up Hour. And we are talking about the 10 fundamental components of recovery. Ooh, I forgot to tell you. So that song, I love that line of won't waste my time fitting in. Ooh, that was me. I've always been this person that just never felt accepted. I always felt that something was wrong with me. You know, I was the black sheep of the family because I just never aligned with what everybody else wanted me to do necessarily. And it was very confusing. And even still where it sits today, I'm not a square person. I like to draw circles and go outside the box whenever I can. And I think it's nice. Well, you know, I've learned in my years here that it's good to be able to gauge that and bring that back and kind of keep it balanced. But it's okay to not follow the sheep sometimes, and especially go with your gut and what feels right. And I just try to do that as much as possible. And when I question myself, you know, I'd reach out to those people that I trust, right? Okay, back into the components. Fundamental components of recovery. Responsibility. Individuals have a personal responsibility for their own self-care and journeys of recovery. Individuals identify coping strategies and healing processes to promote their own wellness. Ooh, that's huge. When I was cohorted into certain groups and programs, it was weird because, and it wasn't necessarily that was the rules, but a lot of people were like, this is the only way. Abstinence is the only way. And for me, that was really hard. I had a lot of co-occurring things going on, especially with my mental wellness, along with the disease of addiction. And it was torture for me, and I was suffering, and I would hear things that just were not accurate to that program. I mean, I later learned that 12 steps can be very beneficial in a foundation, but it's all in perception, right? And I had to find the right people that could make it lock in and click in, and got me to that self-reflection. That's what it is to me, that program. And definitely the self-care thing, I'm still working on that. I am a person that, I even shared this with my friend the other day, especially when things are hard. It's almost like this, well, it must be this flight thing. I will help everybody else in a second. I will jump in, throw myself into when things are overwhelming or stressing them out. When it's me, it's almost like I do that on purpose to avoid what I'm going through, the overwhelming stress sometimes. And it's because it's so hard to go through it and feel that pain and that overwhelming like burn. And sometimes it just happens, life happens. But that's when I realized, I got to reach out and I got to connect with those people, and it's okay to ask for help. Okay, I don't always have to be the one helping. And my friend Sarah, she told me one time, like, Bridge, you help so many people. Those people that you help, they want you to ask for help too. They've been looking for an opportunity to help you. I'm like, oh, really? Okay. I don't like feeling like a burden, and that's something I still have issues with. Okay, and the last one is probably my favorite one. Hope. Hope is the catalyst of the recovery process and provides the essential and motivating message of a positive future. Peers, family, friends, providers, and others can help foster hope. Oh, I don't know if you're a Star Wars fan. This wonderful princess in the movie says something like, hope is like the sun. If you only believe in it when you see it, you're not going to make it through the night. Whoa, I just gave myself goosebumps. That is the truth. And, well, for me it was. And it is true. And I know just those little glimpses of hope, a little bit of light I saw. As long as I stayed on that path towards that person or that place or that power that I felt, that light, it kept me from being in the darkness alone. That's what I try to do today. I don't want anybody ever feeling alone. So please reach out to me. Please reach out to Mahana. Get connected. I mean, you go on Google, you can find all those things. The Rise Up Hour, hit us up. Minnesota Recovery Connection, Thrive. It's just, there's so many different, there's Hope Dealers, shout out. There's so many things that gave me purpose and made me feel useful and made me feel of value. And those were things I did not have for over 3 decades of my life. Okay, I'm excited. I did find a song. It's not necessarily about recovery in the aspect of what we're talking about today, but more of recovery from relationships. I don't know. This worries me. I've been in a relationship with myself over a year now, and it's been fantastic. I made this long list of these things that I wanted in a partner, and my mentor flipped it on me. She goes, okay, those things, all those lovely things that you just listed out you want in a companion or a partner, make yourself those things. And that was a slap in the face. But she was right. And so, like, this last year, I've really focused on really incorporating and really being mindful of this list. And it's wonderful because without realizing it in that time frame, it filled this hole that I had in myself, this empty space. And now it's like I am these things. And so I don't even find myself seeking a companion. However, shout out to my son, yesterday graduated High school, it was a ceremony. Oh my gosh, it was so beautiful. Mom, proud. I am so proud of him. He worked so hard this last year. And there was a moment when I looked to my side, I was like filled with excitement and emotion. And I did not even think to have like a friend come with me or anybody. And I was like looking at the empty chair next to me, and I'm like, it would be nice to have a companion. But I'm picky now. I have standards now, and I definitely want someone, that challenges me, but in a good way. And then that component back and forth. And we're done talking about me. I know about. Okay, I'm going on a tangent. I'm like, why am I talking about this? Oh, because this next song is making my mindset go back into okay, focus on you, make it about you. So here we go. I love this. So this is another old school one, but it's a goodie. Tony Braxton. He wasn't man enough. Oh yeah, that speaks for itself. I hope you like it. I love it. It's an empowering song for me, and I like to blast it in my car, loud. If you hear this song, it might be me. Four more minutes. Oh, I can't wait to be done. Got to care about him, ladies. Why do we always get mad at the other lady? What we need to be mad at is the dude. That's what I'm saying. This song makes me think of a previous companion relationship, and chick was mad at me. I wasn't even mad at her. I just thought, I feel sorry for her. She doesn't know what she's about to get into. Um, but it was not a good situation, so it took me a while. But I got a good opportunity to connect with her after she did the same thing to him in a shorter amount of time. And we united. Girl power. Gotta be mad at that person, not the bystander, ladies. Oh my gosh, this song is so good. Can you even hear it? Oh, you guys can't even hear it? Maybe you can. There we go. Well, God, Toni Braxton is so beautiful. Look at her. See, I've already had your man. Worried about him. Ooh, I want to do karaoke with other people who sing that. Do you know? I'm thinking, but you married him. You know. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. My husband, but you married him. Do you know he had to stay with me? So many reasons. All right, check me out tonight. We'll be talking about some wonderful things. My show, luckily, is not does not have to be filtered, so we can say whatever we want at the parental discretion. But 18 or older are welcome. Hope everyone's enjoying today. So beautiful. Say I can be the corner home. Ooh, that's what's up. I love that song. This makes me feel empowered. Like, I don't need nobody. But that's not the reality, like everybody. Like, I definitely have my children and my beautiful friendships and my sisters in recovery and my peoples. But definitely need you, listeners. I appreciate you. I love you all. Thank you for joining me. Ooh, I was in the red there. Sorry about that. Have a beautiful, wonderful rest of your weekend. And I hope Bahana will be back next week. I plan to be. And I'll catch you on the flip side. I am out. Ooh, pushing that auto button. Here we go. Bye, everybody. Okay. Bye, everybody. I don't even know what to say. My head is mush. I hope that you enjoyed yourself, and I will peace, love, leave in the studio and broadcast. Here we go. Ooh, and broadcast.